flying to Duluth, like who knows how common that is, you know?
Yeah.
Like who knows if any of
Oh, you're taking a helicopter.
you're gonna take a Cessna. A Cessna.
We're gonna get you so high, we're just gonna glide in.
We're
We're just gonna glide in.
parachute, glide in. We're gonna shut off the engine and just glide in. So the Nazis don't hear us.
Yeah, hey, bro. We're gonna give you these suits that you just jump and fly like squirrels. That's what you're gonna do. Cause there's no landing strip there. We'll send you with the mail.
Just jump in. Hopefully, like you don't hit a pack of wolves or something.
Oh shit. Oh. All right. So we're here at Blue Jean's house. We're gonna start talking about a trip we're trying to plan. That's being planned in process for Wyoming.
No, for.
Oh, her?
Oh, that's not good. That's not a good start.
Where's it at?
In Minnesota.
Minnesota. That's
in
right.
Minnesota, we're gonna be doing the BWCA Wilderness. More specifically, we're gonna talk about the trail that we're gonna do, and just basically all the specifics of the trail, how long we're gonna be out there, costs, and what we should be expecting as far as terrain, weather, and just what we should take. Yeah, not Wyoming.
Wyoming. That's I moan backwards.
I would love to go to Yellowstone, but we're not going to Yellowstone.
Oh, dude, that's disgusting. Now you don't drink it.
So let's
dive in, man.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
First things first. Date. Did you guys come up with one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, I missed the first fucking meeting because I'm retarded and I overbooked days.
Yeah. So I already had a meeting with Cowboy, and basically we decided on dates. We decided exactly what trail we're gonna do, and we went over like costs and what. This is all ballpark stuff. The costs, by the way, the costs are. It's not gonna be. There's nothing set in stone.
Yeah.
Everything just depends on how whatever individual does it, basically.
Yeah.
So it's just real ballpark stuff. So, and things change too as far as like, lodging and flights and stuff. All the.
Did you guys
all
get
the
yours
prices.
yet, or are you just looking still?
We haven't gotten yet, but right now we're pretty much at that point where it's like put in your dates to work and stuff. But as far as getting the flights, it's basically depends if
you get the days off.
I'll get the days. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to get our day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be able to get my day.
Yeah, I'm sure I could too.
Cowboy might be able to. He's fairly confident he'll be able to get his as well. And I'm sure you shouldn't have too many problems.
Yeah, it's far enough where I can put it into it.
So the dates that the date that we're looking at is September 26th to October 1st.
Nice.
September 26th to October 1st. And
It's like a week. About a week.
it's actually, I'll tell you right now.
Okay, I need my fucking phone now.
Yeah.
That's. Alright, I'm listening.
So yeah, that's basically from Thursday, which is the 26th, to Tuesday, October 1st.
September 26th, yeah. Thursday to the 1st is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thursday, Tuesday. Nice.
So that's basically the amount of time that we'll be like essentially out of town. We fly out that Thursday and we come back that Tuesday. So out of town is those dates. Between those dates.
I don't know, we take 4 days off? No, yeah, 4 days off. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday.
And that honestly is whatever you can, you know.
I'm sure I
If,
can.
you know, we're thinking as far as leaving. I mean, we don't have to like leave super early. It's not like a really long flight. So, but we do want to leave early enough to us getting there, like being able to get there, and then traveling to Ely and getting into whatever lodging we're gonna be. there's inns and hotels over there, so a lot of people launch out of
Just
there.
camp out on the fucking trailhead.
We can, but I mean, let's just, you know, I mean, it's an idea.
It'd be nice to have a bed, warm meal,
A place to just like
before
really like
you
get
go
everything
out for a
situated
few
and
days.
to leave. We can even like. I was thinking we can even leave our stuff there, but the thing is that means we would
Yeah,
have
we
to
have
like
to still
book.
rent
We
that.
would have to book
Yeah,
so many dates,
no.
so probably not. So, at least somewhere to sleep in a nice warm bed, get ready,
Mm-hmm.
and then we leave like any extra things, which we probably shouldn't have too many
Yeah.
extra things in the rental.
Yeah.
The rental we will have to rent for that many
Oh,
days
yeah.
though. So and that's going to be a split cost.
And how's that look over
obviously.
there? Is it like one price is pretty much for all the same company, or is it like different because it's different area?
Every company is going to be different, and as far as over there, it's going to be different. I'm sure I can look it up from here and see what the prices are over there, and even like probably even look up the dates. The company might even be able to accommodate you, depending on whatever company you decide to rent from.
Right.
But that's something that I think we should get to, like maybe in just a bit. Let's focus on flights, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be my next point, is flights. So flights, at least from what I looked up, they vary depending on whether you're gonna fly into the Twin Cities or if you're gonna fly into Duluth.
Yeah.
And there's no airports in Ely or anything like that, so you can't fly directly to Ely. Obviously, we have to drive over there. So flying to the Twin Cities is actually cheaper than flying to Duluth. The only thing is that it's
It's a longer drive. You're saying
longer drive.
Yeah.
So it's about a 4-hour drive from the Twin Cities to Ely, and a 2-hour drive from Duluth to Ely.
Yeah.
So it's basically cuts it in half, but the price is also twice as much to Duluth.
Yeah. But
so-
then you're still paying for gas
Still
and
paying for
that
gas.
mileage for the car.
And just the fucking time.
Yeah,
It's also
I would rather just fly into the closest spot
to Duluth.
and then
And that's what I was kind of thinking. I was thinking like, and we don't have to worry about getting the exact flights. Let's just worry about meeting up somewhere.
same day, same.
Let's meet
you
up
know.
at the same day, around the same time. Try to get there at least. We can at least wait a little bit. You know,
Yeah, of course.
whoever gets there first, we wait and
It's
we
not
all
like
meet
we're gonna
up.
be out of cell phone range.
Yeah. Okay. So flights. So basically to Duluth, at least like last I checked, was about $300 from LAX, and that's considered a round trip. So that's
Okay.
that's the ticket back as well. So that's about $300, and then from LAX to the Twin Cities,
Yeah.
is about 150, 160 round trip, which is incredibly cheap. I couldn't believe that, but like I said,
It's just it's that extra 2 hours.
it's the extra 2 hours plus things change too. Like if you look it up today, it might be more, it might be less. You know, it's always changing. So just keep an eye on it.
Not only that, but
And buy
we don't
when
know
you
what
feel
traffic
like
looks
it's
like.
right.
There. You might
Yeah.
get traffic and then be a 3-hour drive.
There's not too many highways that lead like at least up along like towards like the Superior Lake Superior. But yeah, you're right. We don't know what traffic is like up there. Like having to drive that 4 hours from the Twin Cities to Ely or to Duluth or
And
2 hours.
we've
to
done
Duluth.
this like up north. We go up north and then on the way back it's like an extra 45 minutes just getting into the city. 'Cause
Yeah.
the city sucks.
Yeah. So like I said, just as far as the flights though, that changes too. So basically, whenever you decide to buy, it might be different than whatever other days, So
Yeah.
just keep an eye on it more than anything. Me and Alvin did decide we want to fly into Duluth. We didn't decide on like a flight together.
No, yeah.
We just said we personally, us two, want to go to Duluth, fly directly there. If whatever you want.
No,
to do.
yeah, it makes more sense than the extra 2-hour drive.
Okay, so it sounds like we're all flying directly to Duluth. We don't have to choose a flight right away. Just whatever.
Just get there.
And even airlines have different prices too.
What
So.
what time do you guys? Because I think I want to see if there's gonna be a flight out of instead of going to LAX, go to Burbank.
Yeah. That's another
because
Burbank or Ontario.
Ontario,
or
yeah.
I don't know if Long Beach does it, but there's also Long Beach as well.
Yeah.
There's.
Because I know it was cheaper to fly out from Ontario than it was from LAX when I went to New York.
It's usually cheaper to fly out of
Yeah.
Ontario. Usually, as far as my experience,
Yeah.
every time I fly out of Ontario, it's always a little cheaper.
Yeah. So that's what I'm required to look into.
That's a good point. Maybe me and Alvin should look into Ontario as well. So, but yeah, flying out of Ontario over there might be cheaper. If they are flights that go up out there, Long Beach is another option.
Because LAX, it's expensive because it's LAX.
Yeah,
You know,
they do have a lot of options on LAX, but you're right. They a lot of flights still like, let's see, because you know, flying to Duluth, like who knows how common that is, you know?
Yeah.
Like who knows if any
Oh, you're taking a helicopter.
you're gonna take a Cessna. A Cessna.
We're gonna get you so high, we're just gonna glide in.
We're
just gonna glide in.
parachute, glide in. We're gonna shut off the engine and just glide in. So the Nazis don't hear us.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna give you these suits that you just jump and fly like squirrels. That's what you're gonna do. Because there's no landing strip there. We'll send you with the mail.
Just jump in. Hopefully, like you don't hit a pack of wolves or something.
Oh shit! Oh, that's another thing. So, obviously, I'm not gonna take my shovel. Do you think that I can take the small shovel you got me instead of the big one, as long as it fits on the pack or in the pack?
If it fits on or in the pack, yeah.
Are you guys checking in your big bag?
I'm probably gonna check in my pack. My straight pack.
Yeah.
And I'll probably have
Like a little backpack.
maybe a tiny little backpack, a sack or whatever,
Yeah.
as a carry-on.
Okay.
Something small as a carry-on, you know, and because I'm gonna have like my Mora knife in there. I'm gonna have my stove in there with fuel.
Yeah.
They will not allow any of that like
No.
on a carry-on.
No.
Um,
What I'm worried about is like, if I pack my knife, like last time, you know, we went to Mexico, I had my knife and we came back and my knife was gone the next day. Like
Yeah.
when we got back, I was like, that's.
if you check it on, I don't see what the problem is.
Mhm.
That'd be bullshit if they do
Yeah.
take it out. And I'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of my pack, you know?
Yeah,
like that's
What if we just lock all the locks and shit, zip tie 'em or something?
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
that might be a good idea. Zip tie 'em. Or they'll just cut the zip ties.
Yeah, and then put a new.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
Nothing happened.
But Alvin, cowboy,
He's taking. I know he's taking heat.
he's taking heat.
Yeah.
He has essentially decided, and I think it's a good idea, that he's gonna take the security, which honestly I don't feel like we need anything.
There's wolves,
There's
motherfucker.
wolves, yeah, but a lot of people hike and canoe.
Danny's gonna fucking
and-
jump in front of the wolves for me
Mhm.
because I'm just gonna run. I think I could be the fastest out of all of us when it comes to like being scared.
There's
I just run faster.
There's thousands of people who do trips up there and they never have problems.
Never show up again, right?
They never come back.
They never come back.
You know, it's and all the backpackers that we watch and everything, they don't have problems. But it makes him feel better to take some heat. That's
It
fine.
makes me feel better.
My only thing is, I mean, whatever. I mean, honestly, at that point, it's his pedo. He has to take care of being able to get it there. Me, if there's one responsibility that I'm gonna have, it's gonna be like navigation over there. I'm actually buying a bivy stick. So what that is it's a little GPS device that links up with your phone like via Bluetooth.
I told you I'd go in with that with you.
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh.
It's actually a month-to-month subscription for this particular product.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of the other ones like Garmin and like the Spot devices,
They're
and stuff,
yearly
they're like
subscriptions.
years, and I think some of them like even have like a 2-year like subscription.
What?
It's ridiculous.
No.
Yeah. It's like
And when we do big trips, we're pretty.
we map it out
Yeah,
really well.
we're pretty good at that, and
We-
we let constantly people know what's going on right before we hit. No cell phone service. We let them know.
And we research the trips like crazy.
Yeah.
We always have maps. We always have like everything planned out ahead of
Mhm.
time. We know exactly what junctions, what the topography is going to be like. What water sources there's going to be. We always have it all planned out. This is just a little different because it's out of state, and it gives. It also gives like our loved ones some peace of mind. So
What's it called?
it's called Bivy Stick.
Oh, it's called Baby Stick.
It's called Bivy Stick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You said that.
Yeah, it's called Bivy Stick, and like it links up with your phone via Bluetooth. Your phone essentially becomes the GPS.
GPS.
And I'm not sure if there's messaging, like actual messaging. I think there might be, but I'll tell you about it. I'm gonna buy it today actually on Amazon.
Nice.
But and
Is there like? Does it like So does it track your trail, or does it give you like waypoints, like where you stop, kind of?
I'm sure there's a ton of features on it.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna play with it
That's
because
gonna be fun to play with.
well, I'm gonna test it out on the Bear Creek through hike next month.
Nice.
Yeah, so
When is that, by the way?
oh,
Like,
we haven't decided anything. Like we have to talk to you
That's
about
gonna
it
be
as
fun.
well. I was thinking maybe either mid to late next month.
okay.
Give us enough time just to like get the days or whatever. I mean, it's only an overnighter, obviously.
So Bear Creek is where most of the videos happen. But I have one already up with the Jaime, Eddie, you, and myself.
That's a good
That's a
trip.
really good trip.
That's a good trip.
That was our second time going through there.
But that was different because that was like
was-
early spring.
Yeah, waters were high.
The water was
they
high.
were
It was cold.
fast. Oh god, it was cold water.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was cold. It got chilly at night.
They actually got dark fast that day too.
Everything was still wet. Yeah. No, it was.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was early spring.
Yeah,
It was
the first time we did it.
It was like the first week of spring.
I think it took us like almost 8 hours to do that
It
first
takes
time.
that doing that trail like all the way through at least to get to the campsite too from Smith is like 8 hours
like
8 hours of like hiking time.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
it's
lot.
not, and it has nothing to do with it. It's all downhill. It's just so much water crossing and boulder hopping that it takes long. It takes long. You gotta, you don't want to rush through it and hurt yourself or fucking fall in. Oh wait, you fell in.
I fell in. I fell in.
That's right.
I fell in.
You were a turtle. You were a turtle.
that's right.
If you want to know what we're talking about, you gotta watch the video. It's a good one. It's actually one of my shorter ones, and it was one of our longest hikes.
Yeah.
But it was before I started doing all this other editing stuff. But anyways,
So rental car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't looked up prices. It's definitely gonna be.
well, what? There's Hertz, there's Empire, and there's the hell's the other one called?
Oh, there's a ton of them. Enterprise.
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 I said Empire.
Yeah, Enterprise. There's a ton of them though. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many. So
I wonder if like Groupon has anything.
maybe.
I'll
Why
look
not?
that up too.
So that's gonna be a three-way split between like
course, yes.
however long we have that car is gonna be
Just-
split
yeah.
completely all the way down the middle between the three of us.
And so will the lodgings.
Yeah, same thing with the lodging. So car three-way split.
I mean, it's like just sleep in the car.
No prices yet.
Mhm.
But we'll look that up obviously. Lodging, that's another thing. Same thing, no prices, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Like, I mean,
I don't see it being too much.
I don't see it being that much. I mean, you can get little motels here for
Yeah.
under $100.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it's probably comparable over there in Ely.
Yeah.
So
But nicer
lodging,
probably.
lodging. It's gonna be 2 nights though. 2
Yeah.
nights of lodging. One for right before we leave, and then one when
we get there.
When after the trail.
Oh yeah.
For-
I
before
thought you meant like.
No.
Okay.
2 nights. So 2 nights. One before we leave, and one after the trail. So
Wash your balls before we go. Wash your balls after.
One before. yeah. Before, one after trail.
I imagine there being some like good food around there. For some reason.
There is. Well, not to sound like a fanboy, but Suge,
Uh-huh.
in one of his last BWCA videos that he just came out with like a few weeks ago, he literally tells you if you're gonna be anywhere around the Ely BWCA area, he goes after your trail or before your trail, whatever, come to insert name.
Yeah.
Insert name.
No.
Yeah, insert name. He goes because they have like amazing burgers.
That's awesome.
So I'm thinking we should hit up one of those
yeah,
spots. at least.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that could before or after then.
Probably after.
I would
'cause
say after.
We want to hit the trail early and get just get on the trail already.
Yeah, and then
So-
the day we get there, you want to rest up. So
Exactly.
it'll be like crazy party. I'll probably have a few beers. Nothing crazy.
Let's see.
Not like I usually do. I'm debating about even taking whiskey.
I'm gonna take whiskey, but I'm not gonna take that much.
No, I don't think I'm taking that much either. Or I might take that much and just not drink it all the first night.
I'm gonna just like the way me and Alvin talked about it is it'd probably be best for just like a nightcap more than anything. You know?
Oh yeah, like right before you go to
Right
bed.
before you go to bed, have like a few swigs, just relax yourself,
That's what I was thinking too.
and then do that then for 3 nights.
That's nothing like I usually do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we stay up to like 2, 3 in the morning drinking.
And then we'll keep like a fucking. Well, we don't have to. Once we go back to our hotel or whatever,
Yeah.
freaking we'll just get
Get a bar or something.
get like fucking slammered, you know?
Yes.
After the trail.
That'd be awesome.
So,
man.
all right, next point, trail. So, it was a debate between the Sioux Hustler Trail
Mhm.
or the Snowbank Loop. We decided to do the Sioux Hustler Trail.
Is there gonna be snow at the snowbank loop?
No, there's no snow. There shouldn't be snow at anywhere in the BWCA at that time.
Okay.
That's a few weeks before they get their first snows. So it'll feel very fallish. It won't be too cold. It won't be too hot.
Now, what is it looking like for temp wise? Lows. Highs, I'm not worried about highs. I'm
Well-
worried about lows.
I've been checking annual trending for annual
Yeah.
temperature reports and what it trends for that last week of September, first week of October, and like I said, those guys have seasons,
Yeah.
so it feels like fall, but it does not feel like winter. So it will get down into the mid to high 40s. And it'll get as high as about 70,
Okay.
70,
So,
70 to 75.
So I would say just be ready for a 30-ish.
Be,
but in case.
At least down to 40. At least. I would say, honestly, I feel comfortable taking my 3-season setup.
Mhm.
What I will take though, on this trip, which which I wouldn't have here right now at least, is because my new little sil
Yeah.
nylon tarp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my big tarp.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why is because they get rain. they get rain all year over there. They get rain in the summer. They get rain in the spring, fall, winter. So there's a chance that there could be some sort of precipitation. Even if the weather reports don't necessarily say it's a high chance, I think I say just take it just in case. I think it'll make that much of a difference. So.
Before we do that, need to spray down those tarps.
Just get some.
Just that extra
get
protection.
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Get that polyurethane on.
Yeah.
And just spray them and make sure they're good to go. Sometimes there's some winds too. So there might be so make sure your shock cord is good on your tarp.
Actually, I gotta do that. I think I lent it to Alvin or Eddie.
Yeah.
Maybe Eddie, and I forgot to put it back on. So when I put all my stuff back in and I moved everything out, I don't have all my tie downs back on there no more.
Oh.
So I gotta
just fucking
redo all that.
redo it. I mean, but it's not a big fix.
No, it's not. It's just something I gotta remember because I'm like, fuck. So this one, I always take extra stuff. I'm not trying to take anything extra except for food wise.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna end up taking. How's water looking?
Water is plentiful.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I was gonna take the remember those big old small water bottles that Lisi and Tip got me last time,
Mhm.
the 50 ounces or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about taking those, but if there's water, then I'm not worried about it.
There's a couple of lakes that we're gonna hit, and there's a lot of tributaries to the lakes.
Nice.
So there's gonna be water flowing to the lakes.
It's gonna be awesome.
So and then obviously there's the lakes themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, the water is for the most part fairly plentiful.
Nice.
In that area. Like I said, they get a lot of rain. They get a lot of snow during the winter. Their water load is pretty significant. I mean, obviously it has to be. It's right next to how many lakes are there over there? Those lakes get fed somehow,
Oh, yeah,
you know.
definitely.
So it's about the Sioux Hustler, 35-mile loop, roughly 35.
Mm-hmm.
I've checked countless sources as far as the exact trail mileage, and they all say something different. And it's always between 30 to 35 miles.
Who's a good one to watch for this loop? Who's done that we watched?
Shug.
Shug.
Shug has a lot of good. He's done it in the snow. He has some that he's done it in the snow. Don't watch the snow ones though, because
we're not gonna be there.
We're not gonna be. It's different. That's a different type of trip than what we're gonna do. He has a ton of other ones without snow too. That in this particular trail, he has a bunch of other ones in the BWCA as well. There's a lot of other backpackers too that have done it, but their videos aren't, I think, not as good, but they're still decent. I'd say you should still try to watch.
If you haven't seen Shug yet, he's a great YouTuber. He's funny. He's a great hammock camper. Has lots of trips and ticks, how to do all this.
No, I'm just
stuff.
looking at the
I'm like,
things.
what's going
No.
on? And he's got, what was it? That he was on that magazine for winning that contest.
Oh, I think it was Backpacker Mag, and it was like the Tough Man
Tough Man challenge.
contest, Tough Man challenge. Yeah. So and he won that.
Super badass, man.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't like. He's an older guy, so for me, I was like, I wouldn't see that. Like if he's like, oh yeah, I did. I was like, oh shit, like I would not. But he for that, I don't think it's so much like muscle and strength as it is knowledge and mental health, like like getting through it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a lot of that.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
he has a lot of experience. He has a lot of mindsets that he can like, oh, I got this. Like it's like nothing almost.
So, as we said, plenty of water, but the thing is that the trail is very overgrown. So it's very overgrown. There's gonna be some like kind of like marshy, boggy areas in the trail. It's like I said, overgrown. Some parts of the trail don't look very well maintained, and not only that, the trail diminishes in a lot of areas. So you are basically you're looking for cairns. A lot of times, like the cairn will tell you, okay, that's the trail. Just like at Bear Creek.
Yeah.
Bear Creek, you see the cairns and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is the
That's pretty much what we did last time.
Yeah.
When we did Bear Creek, we went through before we did the whole thing. We did almost to where you met coming down,
Mm-hmm.
and we tried to make
Yeah,
a path,
and we would make little
flagging,
cairns too.
all that.
Yeah.
And it helped. It did.
Yeah.
'Cause we lost that shit a lot.
Yeah. So overgrown, can be kind of marshy, boggy, and the trail diminishes. So just look for cairns, and just like obviously we'll keep an eye on our paper maps, our GPS, and all that stuff. There's a couple of junctions that people tend to get lost at, or tend to like not get lost, but they take the wrong junction.
Then they gotta come back.
And they have to come back. That's usually what they do. I want us to try to avoid that. I
Yeah.
want us to tack on any extra miles that we don't, need to. Sorry.
So when there's like a fork in the road,
Just
is
check
it.
it.
Is there? Is
Check
there?
if and it might be a little hard to see the fork too sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes it'll just be like, tunnel visions. You got the fucking
Yeah,
you got the
that
green
happens lots of
tunnel,
me.
and then you just like you're going and then you didn't see that it kind of
Yeah.
veered off, or like you didn't see the cairn or whatever,
Mhm.
So you followed either some other spur trail or whatever,
And cairns, by the way, sorry if you guys don't know, cairns are stacks of rocks. They're just like little markers that people leave, maybe like about this high or sometimes bigger or elaborate,
Mm-hmm.
that show you, hey, this is where the trail goes to, or they're just markers pretty much. You don't always see them because they're not marked with spray paint or anything. They're just rocks. So we'll be right back.
GoPro, stop recording.
Oh, you almost had it. Oh man, these are delicious, by the way.
Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so we left off on the trail. We left off with trail conditions. So we chose a Sioux Hustler, 35 miles roughly. Water, plentiful. The trail is overgrown. Trail diminishes. You count on cairns, your map, and GPS, and all that stuff. So next thing is weather. And so as far as weather in the BWCA, like I said, they have seasons over there. When it's winter, it's fucking winter, and it's winter for a while. And they have falls and they have everything. So it's gonna feel like fall.
Yeah.
I'd say, at least like I said, the trending reports, annual reports that I've seen around that last week of September, first week of October, lows can get down into as low, at least, as the high 30s, as high as maybe 80, and
Nice.
I'd say let's at least prepare for 40 degrees or so as a
Yeah.
low. My three season setup will definitely do it, but I'm gonna take my big tarp because it rains all year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Obviously, the big tarp's gonna come. I'm trying to see if I can get a top coat before we go, but if not, fucking same old. But all my shit lasts, through all this stuff. It's fine.
Okay.
It's the red light.
Sorry, I didn't.
Red light special.
So, yeah. So just prepare for that, basically. And then also, like I said, they do get rain. They also get like windstorms. So make sure that your shock cord is good on your tarp.
Oh, what's up, baby?
And they get what do they call it? It's called like a blowdown or something like that. It's basically like there's like certain areas like they gets like real like crazy like downward push of wind, and it blows everything down like around it.
That's super dangerous.
Very dangerous.
You can knock over widowmakers and
and I think that's usually around storms, like whenever like they have storms.
It's,
like
cold fronts do that.
Yeah. So they do have that in that area. It's fairly common. I don't suspect we're gonna. I mean, well, I'm fairly confident we're not gonna get snow. Their first snows usually are in like late October. We're gonna be about 3 weeks too early for that.
We hope.
But
hey, you know what? We've gone through snow.
Yeah. And I'm sure the first snow won't be too bad, but I don't foresee us going through snow. We might even get fairly warm weather at some point. So
nice.
Just kind of be prepared for that. What else as far as the weather goes? Lightning, with certain with their rain, they might have some thunderstorms. It's a possibility. Once we get closer, when we get really close, like a week or so out, we'll know.
Thunder.
we'll know exactly what we're gonna be dealing with. But we just make sure there's no widowmakers that we're like attaching ourselves to. Let's make sure that we're not hanging on dead standing.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know what else.
God, do you remember when we went to the Sierras and Eddie was like, "What would you set up here?" And fucking, it was all dead, burnt wood.
Yeah.
I was like, "The fuck?"
Yeah.
No.
That just goes to show you that he just didn't know what was going on. It also might be wet, like on the floor and stuff. So just be prepared, like for like little different things like that. Okay, so that essentially covers weather.
So besides wolves, grizzly bears, do they have vipers down there? Because it's not swampy, but it's not like forest like here. It's thicker forest.
They don't have really grizzly bears in that area. That little area is definitely big on black bears. A lot of black bears there. There's packs of wolves there. They have moose there. And snakes. Yeah, there's snakes up there as well. I'm not sure exactly what type of snakes, although I don't really mess with snakes as it is, and I think they trip.
I think Cowboy should have made that shit your lunch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would have ate that motherfucker.
So if we want, since we're talking about, let's get into wildlife. So
I'm as wild as they come.
Yeah, wildlife, us. So, like I said, wolves is probably the biggest difference over there than what we have over here.
Yeah.
We definitely don't have anything like that here in Southern California. So, from what I hear, all the trip reports that I've been reading, they are in the area, and people hear them at night, because they're loud. They're loud creatures, So, they get loud when they're social, because they're social. They'll howl and they yelp and they bark, or I don't know if they bark, but you know what I mean.
That'd be tight to hear some wolves at night.
People hear them. So that's the biggest difference. I would say.
I've always wanted to hear them do that.
Black bears, same thing. They're over there as well.
And the cheetahs.
Moose is another big one. Just like any other like big wild animal, just keep your distance. Don't get near them.
I want to pet them. No.
I don't know if cougars are in the area.
Mountain lions.
Cougars.
Are they the same thing?
They're the same thing.
Okay. I always thought they were, but I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, cougars and mountain lions are different.
It's the same animal, just different names.
Okay.
Cougar, mountain lion, puma. Those three.
Okay, see that I didn't know.
Puma is a mountain lion. Puma is a cougar, and vice versa. They're all the same animal.
They're all cats.
They just have different names.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a different name for the same animal. So
Okay.
Puma, mountain lions, cougars. I always like cougars.
Jaguar is different.
Jaguars in Mexico, and
Panthers are the same.
Panther is in Africa.
But Jaguar and Panther, are they different or are they the same?
I think they're different.
Fuck. It's
Panthers are old world, and Jaguars are new world. Yeah. They're fairly
That's
similar.
fucking
though.
it, alright.
They're similar, yeah.
Off topic, but still, yeah, I was wondering.
So let's talk about big cats, yeah? Okay, we got cheetahs, we got fucking tigers,
What the
lions,
fuck's a hyena?
panthers. Hyena is
It looks like a dog, but
it's
I thought
like
it
a
was
dog,
cat.
but if you read like what the actual genus is or whatever the hell the term they got for it, it's not really a dog. It's like
Yeah.
they say that it's even more closely related to a cat, even though
So weird.
it looks like a fucking dog.
So weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah, little fucking animal stuff
Yeah.
for you.
So, yeah. So that's. I mean, as far as wildlife, same shit applies to any other trip that we do. Just stay away from it.
Yeah, fuck
You know,
that.
keep your distance. Enjoy it from a distance. If
Tras,
you can
tras.
see it. Yeah. Otherwise,
I'll just make the noise.
so.
I'm
okay.
gonna try to take my shovel. I'm gonna like
Whatever, man.
stuff the hard part in the pack.
You're gonna be crying when they tell you to like leave it at the airport.
That would suck.
Okay, throw it
If
away.
I'm checking it in,
Throw it away at this.
wrap it in
right
like.
here. You're like.
I will take the head off and leave the stick, and just fucking buy a head over that. Maybe I should do that.
Do you really want to do that? Like,
No, that's
freaking,
too
like,
much.
and you get there, like,
Too
you're gonna be
much.
tired as shit, you're gonna be driving, and then
I
what,
just
we're gonna
know-
get to
I just
our
know what
hotel,
it
it's gonna
is
be
like
nighttime, and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store, see if
Yeah.
there's one open around here.
Is there a Home Depot?
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. You're
Dude,
right.
they even,
It's not like Alexa. Alexa's like, I love you too.
I love you too.
No, she's like, I don't feel emotions. Oh, well, then you're a bitch.
What's going on with this? I had like some good Daft Punk in the background.
Daft Punk. Daft.
Let me see,
Because we
sorry.
can't hear it. No.
I know. There you go. It was real chill. There you go.
Alright, so, where were we? Wildlife.
So we just talked about wildlife. So
Big cats, some bears, dogs, and
dogs. Yeah, dogs.
Dags.
Maybe hikers will take in dogs. We have wolves,
Wolves.
moose. Just
There you go.
same thing applies to every
And
like
moose are
every.
dangerous as fuck.
Oh, they're
dude.
very dangerous. That's why like you gotta keep your distance. They're very territorial.
Yeah.
And they're gigantic.
Yeah.
And so just keep your distance. Appreciate them from afar
Okay.
if we're lucky enough to see something. And just yeah, that's basically it. There's no really nothing changes as far as what we do. Wolves, from what I hear, they like to kind of mind their own business.
Yeah.
Moose, they don't give a fuck if you're there. Well, they do, but they won't go away from you.
Yeah,
You kind of get away from them.
Yeah.
You give them space.
Yeah.
They won't give you space. So yeah, that's basically it though. Okay, so talked about, let's see, weather, wildlife. Okay, now going down to we talked about trail condition.
Mhm.
So now let's kind of talk
See
about
some, miss some.
let's talk a little bit about topography. Let's talk.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm,
How's that
I'm gonna call it trail conditions. So let's talk a little bit about trail conditions. So basically, like it's not that much elevation gain, to be perfectly honest. The entire Sioux Hustler Trail loop, like it's even less than what some of the hikes that we do here.
Would you
as
say
far
it's
as elevation
more
gain.
of like a Rich Snower hike? Because it kind of has like everything in it.
No, well, Rich Snower is good as far as crushing miles, and you just want to train like for somewhere. If you want to do that through hike, that's good. But this is more like you're gonna gain some elevation, lose a little elevation, gain a little bit more. It's very steady.
Okay.
It's as far as elevation, it's not that big of an issue. They don't have huge mountains over there or anything. It's more about the overgrown nature of the trail.
Yeah. That's what's gonna take us more of our time is making sure we're on the right trail.
The trail diminishes, so you rely on cairns sometimes. We might rely on our GPS sometimes, on our maps or whatever.
We could always do what we usually do too is we scout two different ways when we see them. You know, one goes this way, one goes that way, and then we
Mhm.
just call sign it out when we see it.
Yeah, so, overgrown, once again, diminished, and elevation's not too bad. So that's not really like a big concern. There's gonna be some boggy and kind of marshy areas. And let's never get outside of earshot.
Yeah.
Let's always stay within
Definitely.
earshot. I mean, that's basically everything that I've heard, and as far as like the distance and all that stuff. Oh, one more thing. It's gonna be buggy. Even in that time, it's gonna be buggy. I'm just gonna put buggy, so it's gonna be
Bug spray and bug nets.
yeah,
man.
exactly. Bug nets, so 3-season setup, essentially.
No, I meant like as you're hiking.
As you're hiking.
Bug net and bug spray.
It's a lot of mosquitoes, black flies, and gnats and all kinds of other
Black
little
flies.
bad things.
Oh my
Oh, the
God.
black flies are disgusting. Like, they bite.
They bite.
Yeah. So that's like what we're gonna be dealing with as far as like at least during like the daytime. Probably
Yeah.
at night they'll probably go away, and then in the mornings, early mornings, they won't be there. So that's another thing we have to think about too. Is just remember it's gonna be buggy. One thing that I was thinking that we should all do is before like the trail, maybe like a month or so, or not a month, maybe like a couple weeks or a week or so before the trail, let's soak our clothes in permethrin. It's yeah, so a lot of like hikers in like really buggy areas, they'll soak their clothes in permethrin,
What is that?
and it's basically like a bugger pound basically, and
They sell it by like the
they sell it by like the gallons and
Holy
stuff,
shit.
and it apparently it really helps. It keeps mosquitoes and ticks off.
Does it smell or anything like that? Like, I mean, obviously it doesn't really affect anybody, but like, what about when you're sweating and stuff? Like, is it gonna get into your skin or
I don't think
anything
so.
like that?
I don't think so. Hope not.
I mean, then I guess we just sweat it out.
We're definitely not gonna soak our base layers in that, but
Uh-huh.
we'll soak like our shells, our outer layers.
Okay,
like
okay,
that.
I see.
Except for our down, obviously. I'm not soaking my down in shit ever. But yeah. So permethrin, I would say let's soak some of our shells, or like our top layers,
Yeah.
things like that, in it. It really helps with like ticks and mosquitoes, from what I hear.
Nice. Okay.
Um,
How bad are the ticks over there?
the ticks will be an issue.
All right.
So-
So I know we have them here. Like,
I mean, we have them here. It'll be the same. Like, okay, remember when we
Just
did
tick checks.
do you-
Constant tick checks.
like I'd say every so often let's do some tick checks.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we did Bear
The-
Creek with Eddie and Jaime? Remember those ticks that we got?
Yeah, and
Something
they
like
were abundant.
They were abundant.
They were very generous with their tick.
Yeah, they were very
sprinkles.
very it's like sprinkles of ticks. So it's very generous trail with ticks.
Mhm.
They haven't they
For some reason,
there's no demand, but they got a supply.
For some reason, Eddie and Hazel just were like a magnet, man.
No, but do you remember how Eddie got like?
Oh, dude.
Eddie,
He
Ed,
was
like no, but Ed, this is Eddie.
freaked out.
This is Eddie. You tell him something. You tell him this is the way it's gonna be. Be prepared, and then when that thing happens, like you didn't know. Dude, it's fucking cold.
There's ticks out here?
There's ticks out here?
We're in the forest.
Yeah, we told you. It's gonna be ticks. Like, oh, dude, you have a shaggy ass dog.
Oh,
Like, what do you
yeah,
think's gonna
man.
happen?
Yeah. And but it was funny because like she got a lot of them, but he got a lot of them too.
Mhm.
I had like
I had him on my fucking legs. It was like gross.
You had a lot of you were in the front though, but Eddie was like in the back or in the middle.
Oh, that's another
I
thing.
had like a few, but not like a lot like you guys.
That's another thing. You brought me to my next point. So, my next point, that now that we're talking about ticks and stuff, is I'm gonna buy, at least for myself, but I recommend you look into something similar.
Mhm.
Is because my outdoor research gaiters that I had for like wintertime,
Yes, they have some for like
they have
summer.
they have
or
they have
spring.
shorter ones, like
Oh.
that just cover like the opening of your shoe
Right.
for like summer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's different brands. The two biggest brands, I mean, outdoor research makes quality like stuff.
Yeah.
Another big brand that a lot of thru hikers and stuff like is a brand called Dirty Girl.
Okay.
So it's I know the name sounds like but they make
What?
it for they make
Sounds
it for,
amazing. Need one of those.
but But that's, I'd say look into either one. Outdoor research or,
Okay.
or Dirty Girl.
Yeah.
And
And they're the ones that they're pretty much like a ankle cover.
it covers like the top of your shoe basically.
Yeah.
It keeps things from going in and up your pants or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm probably gonna be wearing shorts this one.
I'm not gonna wear shorts. I'm gonna wear pants, but I'm definitely gonna get a small
I've
pair.
never seen you wear shorts other than in the house.
Yeah. So
I didn't think you owned any.
I own a few, but I'm probably gonna get the outdoor research ones.
Show them
the
sexy
ankle
calves.
height ones. Yeah. So I'm gonna have that. So that's another thing. Maybe consider gaiters.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So that's trail conditions. Not to mention the fact that it's gonna be, kind of overgrown.
Yeah, and then if it's being overgrown, you're gonna have more of a chance to pick those things up.
Exactly.
But if I had my shovel, I could just cut it through it. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking
You're not
it.
gonna take your big. You shouldn't take a big shovel, but
I'm not. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can put the small one in.
Go on Amazon. They have like tiny ones. I'm talking
I have the one you gave me, dude.
They're like this big and they like telescope out.
I have the one you gave
And
me.
it's just like a little like shovel. Just like if you want to do something. But let's get.
Oh no! I might just get the one I had before.
Yeah. So
Because
it's
I have enough.
that lasted forever. It lasted like years.
I have enough. Well, because my vitality thing, I have enough to get another Amazon card. Oh, I might just get another one.
It's a good.
But then I will never use my big shovel again.
So, save it for home or for work or whatever.
I'll use it for car camping.
Yeah, there you go. You don't need that big ass shovel.
It's amazing.
What you had before was
It's
awesome.
maze balls. No,
So-
I'll get the. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll look into it.
So, as far as packing, well, obviously this is like the part where this is like the most variation between everybody.
Yeah.
This is truly hike your own hike.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna tell you what to take or what. I'm gonna tell you what to consider.
I'm just taking underwear. I'm not gonna even take clothes.
I'm gonna tell you what to consider. We're gonna be hiking for the first 3 days. We're gonna be 3 nights, 4 days out there.
Yeah.
So for the first 3 days, it's gonna be about 10 miles a day. So, and it's gonna be overgrown. It's gonna be probably some rocky parts, marshy, boggy parts. I wouldn't recommend taking anything over 35 pounds. I would say even less than that. My pack won't be more than 30 pounds. My pack will be like
25, 27 maybe.
I'd say like in like mid to high 20s
Yeah.
max at the beginning of the trail. The end of the trail it might be like less than
15,
that.
10 pounds?
No, not 15. It'll probably be closer to 20. But that's just something to consider. It'll make, if you think about it, you have to make.
Well, like I
those
said,
miles.
this next through hike that we do, I'm gonna attempt to downsize my pack to where it's gonna be for the trip, because that's perfect. It's a long hike. It's probably it's not gonna be as cool, but it's gonna be. It gets cold in Bear Creek sometimes.
It does. Shit, we felt it.
Yeah, so I think it's a good gear test practice hike to do that. Something that we were doing.
Well, I'm gonna pack for this Bear Creek through hike next month. I'm gonna pack exactly like what I'm gonna take how I'm gonna take it to Minnesota.
Okay.
My pack will be the same on that hike than it is than how it's gonna be the following month in Minnesota. I'm gonna pack it exactly, and I'm gonna make sure I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I will be. I have no doubts. I feel pretty dialed in as far as my 3-season and winter setups and stuff.
Right.
But that's just something to consider. I'm not gonna tell you what to take or whatever.
The through hike that we're gonna do is gonna be a good, test to what we want to feel comfortable with. It's a good way to be like, hey, think of this as we're in that trip. Take what you're gonna take. I'm gonna see if I can even pack the food for the days that we're gonna be out there.
I'm considering something like that too.
Because I want that to be the test hike. I want to make sure that I have it down to where if I'm gonna be missing something, I'm gonna make sure I fucking find it now and then.
There's a few for example, a few luxuries that I'm not gonna take on to Minnesota. Such as I'm not taking a speaker. I'm definitely not taking a speaker. That is because I'm already taking that fucking bivy stick.
Yeah.
And that thing is like 6-7 ounces. That's like the speaker and then the little sum.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm leaving the speaker behind. I'm gonna be taking my power bank.
We should all be taking.
My power bank is solar charged as well, so hopefully it's not too overcast. But it also takes ambient light as well.
Yeah.
So it'll also work on. It works with ambient light. But what else? Obviously food. As far as my fuel, I'm gonna take the larger canister that we used to take.
That's what I'm kind of thinking about.
I'm thinking that should be enough for the entire trip. I think. A few of my meals won't be like I won't need to heat up anything. Like a few of my meals will be like tuna salad with bread and things like that,
okay.
or tortillas.
I was like, whoa,
like tuna salad with tortillas.
taking pills or something.
No. Like just things that you don't need to heat up.
Right.
Like a few of my meals will be like that, so I'll save fuel there too.
Yeah.
So, you know, little things like that. You know, just gotta consider. I'm trying to think, you know, and just as far as like my clothes will be very 3-season-ish. I'm not gonna take like a ton of fucking layers, like mid layers, like top layers.
I'm only taking my pajamas and some socks and underwear. So I'm not gonna take anything else.
If it gets a little chilly at night, like okay, perfect. Okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but this Valley Forge trip that me and Alvin just did, me and Cowboy just did.
Yeah.
Trying to get used to saying that.
Yeah.
Anyways, this Valley Forge trip, that I feel like was a good test for me to feel unseasonable cold, because
Was it cold?
at like 3-4 a.m.
Oh shit.
So I woke up, I had to pee, and I felt my feet were cold because I was in summer mode.
Yeah.
I had
of
fucking
course.
shorts. I took off my socks while I was in my hammock, and I had my Costco quilt only.
Oh.
I only took my Costco quilt.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's July, who cares?
Yeah.
And then freaking, I woke up a little cold.
Yeah. Well, it's a
And-
little colder because you're on the up
On the
there.
crest.
It's colder than it is down
Definitely,
in Azusa.
it's colder, like especially like in like the middle of the night. So
Yeah.
I got up, I peed, and I was like, I'm gonna have to put on like some stuff. So like but guess what I did take? I took my fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
I took my balaclava. I put my socks back on.
Yeah.
And then I was pretty much. Oh, and I had like a small, the small red long sleeve shirt with the little hood.
Oh yeah.
I put that on, and I was perfect.
Wow, you took a little bit of extra stuff.
Small extra.
Yeah,
Small extra. Not like I had my down jacket,
Yeah.
but I just put that around my foot box.
Yeah.
And that was good. I put that around my foot and I put my feet. I was like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
But if I had my 3-season top quilt,
Yeah.
man, I would have had a foot box already. I would have been
you'd
good.
be fine.
I would have been fine. So, but I'm gonna take that obviously to Minnesota, my 3-season top
Yeah.
quilt. But anyways, like I'm not gonna take the Costco quilt, but not by itself at least.
Wow. Yeah, man. This is.
So little things like that. So like I'm even though it's, you know, it won't get freezing down there, I'm gonna take just like some fingerless gloves. I'm gonna take my balaclava. Those little things that you can just add on, like if it gets a little chilly, like in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to take like, you know, a mid layer and I mean take your down, but you don't have to have a mid layer as well.
No.
You know that you can have your short little sleeve, like long sleeve.
Yeah.
Your down, maybe your rain shell. I think we should all take rain shells.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
you don't need a mid layer. You don't need like your big gloves.
No.
You know, you won't need your heat holders, I think.
No,
You
I'm
know?
not taking my heat holders. I'm not even gonna take my sweats. I'm gonna just take because what I usually use to sleep in
Mhm.
is my long johns, my sweats, and then my heel holders. It's like my bottom, and then my top is just like a long sleeve, and then my shirt that I wear. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna take my long johns and my like long sleeve because they're Under Armour material, so they're nothing.
Mm-hmm. I think to sleep in, I'm just gonna take like regular pair of pajama pants, my regular socks, and you know, whatever top, you know, that I have on. I'll have like one synthetic T-shirt. I'll have one synthetic like long sleeve, like a really thin synthetic long sleeve, and I'll just have like my down around my foot box.
Yeah.
And then, you know, whatever. That's good enough.
Yeah, definitely taking my down jacket and then my shell
Mm-hmm.
for rain. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Mm-hmm.
But
Could be.
you know, you said they get rain all the time, so
Yeah.
hell no, I'm not gonna not take it.
I'd say, I'd say, okay. So we talked about packing. Let's talk about what it's gonna be like hiking and at camp.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not gonna be much because camp is pretty much gonna consist of setting up, eating, just taking a breath.
Maybe a little chilling.
Yeah, taking a breath and then going to sleep. You know, it's something we've never really done before, but it's gonna have to because of the miles we're gonna be doing. You know, if we want to get up to have something to eat in the morning and not even cook it, just more like a bar or a couple bars.
Something.
Something.
You know, something. So that's kind of like another thing that like we were. So like we tried to like mimic a little bit on this Valley Forge one, and we should totally mimic on the Bear Creek one.
Yeah.
Because the Bear Creek's gonna be perfect because we get to camp late on those trips.
And it's a lot of miles too.
A lot of miles.
It's not like
tired.
a ton, but it's a decent amount.
Enough to where you feel tired.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I would say, so it's gonna be like the first 3 days. It's gonna be like 10 miles each day. So we're gonna get to camp. My calculations is if we're gonna be hiking 2 miles, if we start going uphill, it might even be less than 2 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
But my calculations will say.
I think that's shorthand. Are they back today?
The 9th?
Yeah,
No, tomorrow.
tomorrow. Then I don't know who that is.
Probably.
Yes, it's Neil.
Want to pick it up?
Oh,
Oh, it's too late.
I'll leave a message.
So my calculations is 5 to 6 hours of hiking a day.
Yeah.
So, so the way me and Alvin tried to mimic it for this Valley Forge one was we went to bed at 10.
Mm-hmm.
We knocked out.
But says that's the beauty about being in the hammock. It's not that hard to knock out. You know, it's just it's for me. It's hard to go to bed because we're out there, and I love being out there. I wanna be out and enjoy our environment. That's why I stay up so late.
Mm-hmm.
But getting in your hammock, it's not hard to go to sleep. You go in there and you're just like, all right, you sit there, you're like, ooh, I'm sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah, me too. I love it. It's amazing. It's better.
It is way better.
It's
hammock
better, I'm
camping
sorry.
versus tents.
Sorry,
Tents,
it's
down.
more comfortable.
It is more comfortable.
It's not even an opinion.
No, it's a lifestyle.
It's a fact.
It's a super fact.
It's science. Okay.
When they say you feel like you're sleeping on air, you really are. You're sleeping on top of air.
So, okay. So we went to bed at 10.
Yeah.
We knocked out, obviously. It was because it's comfortable. It's a hammock. And then we got up at 6. And we ate a little something.
Now, was there an alarm set, or you just woke up at that time?
No. There was Alvin set an alarm.
Okay.
But Alvin, no, I'm sorry. I set an alarm. Alvin woke up earlier than 6, just because I think we went to bed at such a good time.
Yeah.
And he was snoring. I heard him snoring like at night.
Yeah.
And so he slept.
That's awesome.
And he woke up fresh. He woke up like at 5:30, and I heard him like rustling around already. And then like he brought me coffee while I was like laying in my hammock. I was like, damn, dude, that's nice. And then like once like 6 came, I got up. We had a little like nothing, and we just ate our own individual breakfast. So obviously, all the food is gonna be individual.
Yes.
And then we packed, and we were off the trail, or let me rephrase that. We were on the trail at 8.
Nice.
So 2 hours.
That's not bad.
That's what I'm kind of shooting for.
Yeah.
So
Because that
wake
gives
up,
you time to break down.
have breakfast, break down,
Yeah.
and then be back on the trail. And so 8. So say if we're gonna be hiking 5 to 6 hours a day.
I would say 8 to 5. 8 to 5 is a perfect timeline. It's a shift. It's less than a shift for you.
We'll probably. I honestly think we'll like get our miles in by like 2 p.m. I think even.
Oh, dude, that gives us so much more time to actually have camp.
Set up our camp. We can get a little bit of firewood if we feel like it.
We won't need a bunch of it.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll just make a little fire like at night, and then like we won't like get too much to where whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll just have our nightcap, and then go to bed. The only thing is that we cannot do is we can't restoke the fire in the mornings.
No. So there's no point in it.
There's no point because it takes longer to put out the fire than anything.
Yes.
So just wake up. If it's a little chilly, just deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
But like, don't restoke the fire.
Yeah, dude. If it's gonna be chilly, I'm just gonna sit in my bed and eat.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? I mean, it's not gonna be that bad anyways. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And but just don't restoke the fire.
No.
That's one thing.
No, it's gonna be out
it's-
at night. Well, what I'll do is I'll just make sure that everything's dispersed so it doesn't. It's not the same way. It's better when we left it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So, and that's basically it as far as like what it's gonna be like. And then the last day will be the shortest amount of miles. I'd say we should still probably get up at the same time and go
Yeah,
out
I think so,
because
too.
we can get off the trail faster, and then we can go chill in Ely for a bit. You know?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
So, we'll get to our lodge. We'll, wherever we want to like chill at, and then we'll go get a drink or get burgers or whatever.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna be passing by some lakes.
Mhm.
I'm jumping in some lakes.
If we get there's a couple where the lookout is really high, so we might not be like right there.
Okay.
But there's another one for sure that I know that you're like.
Do you know if
another
we
couple? You're like right there.
Do you know if there's gonna be any campsites by a lake?
I mean, like it's a wilderness area,
Yeah.
so you can essentially camp anywhere as long as you stay within like the guidelines.
Right.
And, like,
it's 100 feet from the lake.
I think it's like 100 or 200 feet from like
Something
each
like
from
that.
the lake.
We have to be away from the lake and the trail though. So
Mhm.
it's like if the lake's here, it's 100 feet from there, and then the trail's here. It's like you gotta be away from both of them.
Yeah, we're gonna pass by like places where people have camped too.
But I think we should try and at least get one of those.
We'll see some primitive camps out there. I don't think it's like the Superior hiking trail, for example,
Mhm.
which is not what we're gonna be on, but it goes along Lake Superior, and the Superior hiking trail has like commodes, like
Oh.
not outhouses,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
straight up commodes, like just sitting there out in the middle of in the open. So like, but they're kind of behind bushes and stuff, so like
Yeah,
you can just
yeah.
be sitting taking your shit,
Yeah.
and like you'll be like comfortable and private.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the
But you're not looking for spots.
I don't know if the BWCA has that. I think we're gonna be just rabbit holing.
That's fine with me
Yeah.
too.
So we'll be
Because the
rabbit
thing is, like, what I'm saying is, if it's possible to get a lake for one of our camps, I think that'd be amazing.
I think it's very much a possibility. I think
Because
we'll-
like you said, if we get to camp like around 2,
Mhm.
we have that time to set up and actually hang out by the lake for a little bit. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Really, I mean, this
I agree.
this trip is about a new spot and getting somewhere out there and doing some miles.
Mhm.
Getting that loop done.
It's gonna be
But-
like it's gonna feel like it's gonna be like a real backpack
Oh yeah,
trip,
but also I just want to be able to like get a little bit of that wild time in, like wow, that campsite, that lakeside was like fucking nice.
Mhm.
Not just like get there, eat, and like it's gonna happen because we're gonna be tired. But a lake, if we get a lake, dude, that'd be a nice spot to like have a good chill time at.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be loads of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. I'm even down to get in the lake and just kind of like rinse off myself.
Oh.
A little hobo bath.
Oh yeah. That's not even considered a hobo bath. Hobo bath is like Wakey's. By the way, I'm taking Wakey's
Do you remember that
and
part?
baby powder.
Do you remember that part in Euro Trip where like they go to Eastern Europe and like they're like walking on the street? You see that old man you see that old man like sitting like on like the chair and he's all like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's gonna be me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Oh yeah. Or on Kung Fu Hustle. You see Kung Fu Hustle?
Yeah.
Where he's like,
you showed it to me.
He's taking that bath and like the water and like it's like a drip of water. And he's like doing this shit.
Yeah.
Or you see Book of Eli?
Which book of
Eli?
I haven't.
Oh,
that's
Jesus,
the one with
that's
Denzel
such a
Washington.
good movie.
Yeah, I haven't.
Well, he takes hobo baths with like the little wipey towels you get from like the restaurants.
Yeah.
He uses those like, his whole body.
Oh my god, it's like a million of them and shit.
Like, holy shit.
You have to edit that out.
I am not. This is my first podcast.
So
to speak.
That basically covers it. The last day will be the shortest amount of miles. We'll be off the trail. Go back to Ely. Hit our lodging there. And then let's I mean, like, he said he's recommended some good places.
That's good.
Let's
That's
try it.
awesome.
Let's see if there's any taverns or whatever.
I won't recommend them until I've tried them.
If there's a tavern, let's go. We'll get sloshed.
Oh,
It'll be good.
dude, I'm down for some swashbuckling.
Should be good.
All right, guys. Well, we'll probably have about maybe one or two of these after, but we will have the Bear Creek through hike coming up. So you'll see pretty much our loadout and our setups and how that our first trip is gonna pretty much be a mirror or a trial for our actual big trip. So hope you guys liked it, and we'll be seeing you then.